This is going live.
Oh, we're live now.
Now you're live.
So then I can just share it on Facebook.
Yes.
And we'll see what happens.
Oh,
YouTube. Okay. Gus.
Shannon doesn't have YouTube.
Yeah, I think she can just go on.
I would hope.
I think. All right. We'll see what happens.
See how this goes.
Whatever. We'll figure it out. Bow.
What up?
Yo, we got a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about today. Participants. Oh, we got people there. It'll tell us who's in here doing this. This is the first time doing it on YouTube, so bear with us, you know?
Yeah, very first time.
Yeah. We might not even get anybody to watch us. We might have 0 people watching, but
really loud.
I'm really loud now?
No, it was really loud.
That.
Oh, yeah.
I like that. I like the sound of the opening up a fresh drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah. Both drinking apple ciders.
I like to do the...
Yeah. Do a little sip, sip, sip.
Yeah, right into the mic.
So like I said, we're new to this. I don't even know if we're going to use it all the time.
Yeah.
But we're going to... I wonder if I can run Facebook Live at the same time.
Maybe. Possibility.
That's a possibility. I don't know. This will be the first time trying it. Why not try it out, right?
If I was technologically inclined at all, I'd be able to help.
Oh.
Let's see.
Live. It's a possibility.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, I do like the YouTube setup a little bit better.
Yeah. Seems a little easier for you.
It's a little bit easier. It's a little bit more appeasing to the face, I guess.
Even tells you like levels wise on the bottom.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Like if we're like spiking it or not.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool little Whoa!
Oh, that's a preview of the Dizzle.
There you go.
Oh, hey, we're on there too.
And then we can go to this.
Look at that.
And we go to Hanging with Chad. Episode.
Now the internet, not just the internet needs to hold up.
Yeah, right. Aaron. Maybe we can do it both.
Oh. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, dear. And
the right stuff.
And we're live.
So we're doing both right now. We're going to stream it. I guess this is pretty cool because now I can save it on YouTube and actually have the video in waiting for me to upload and do some funky things to it or whatever.
Yeah.
What's up, Brian? What's up, Josh? Josh is a local radio personality on the country station, I believe, 97.7. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong on that number, but I'm pretty sure he's on 97.7. We're going to talk a lot about that is not the thing I wanted to say. We have a lot to talk about today.
Yes.
With the NFL. We got some movies that we watched. We're going to talk about what we did over the week. We both did some pretty cool things. What's going on, Larry? So we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. Going to be a little bit more tame than last week.
Josh gave the thumbs up.
Oh, thank you, Josh. Ellis Ruley, he went to the movies with me the other day, so he can, if he's still in here while we're chatting about it, he can chime in on the front runner.
Nice.
We went and saw that the other day, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. We got some big movie trailers that dropped this week, so We're going to talk about those. Hey, Ellis. I don't know how to respond to that. You can't say hi to Aaron. I mean, Aaron's here too. You could have said, "Hey, guys." No, just hi, Chad. So we're just going to chat it up a little bit for like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. talk about some things that we won't be talking about on the podcast. Maybe if you guys have any kind of questions or anything you guys want us to address, maybe you guys can ask it now and we can address it now. Chris Davis, what's going on? You got my last name, so you must be a pretty cool guy. I don't know who that is, but
Sweet.
yeah. Sean, what's going on, Sean? We're just prepping for the episode here by having a couple of apple cider drinks. I got a little Loyal Apple vodka with natural flavors. It's an apple cider cocktail. I didn't shake it before I opened it, so I might not be getting the best taste I possibly could. It's out of Kingston, Rhode Island.
Okay. So I have Down East double blend, 7.3%.
Oh, mine's 9.
Okay. Well,
I got a monster.
for this guy.
Limited release, baby. I got a monster on my hand.
Now, did you pick that up there?
No,
Your roommate.
my roommate got it.
Okay.
What's going on, Mike? Yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's a little potent, but it's a little potent for an apple cider. But I got 4 of them, so maybe I'll get drunk by the end of this.
Nice.
You're fucking boring. Laugh, brothers.
No, I got a couch in the basement. If you gotta crash, sir.
Oh yeah. No, I won't crash, but I won't get that drunk.
No, I didn't think so, but
Yeah.
if you felt like you wanted to sleep a couple hours,
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah. But yeah, we got some stuff to talk about today, man. I'm going to be on a podcast tomorrow with Andrew Morgan. He has a brand new podcast starting up. It's called Nomcast.
Mm-hmm.
NOM Cast. I think it stands for Netflix. I don't know. Netflix something me on me. Netflix. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it means. What's going on, Johnny Mac? I'm gonna have a meeting here with Johnny Mac pretty soon. Playing some golf online. He said he's a big WGT player. So
Okay.
we're gonna find out. My roommate can't beat me, so it's getting boring playing him.
I don't play, so
Yeah, it's just it's a pretty cool golf game actually. But yeah, he can't beat me. He almost beat me yesterday. He brought me. We played 9-hole, matches or whatever. I ended up hitting the ball out of bounds on like the 2nd hole. Went down by like 3 strokes. Hit the ball in the water on like the 5th hole. Went down by like 5 strokes. The last 3 holes, I ended up parring, eagled, and then par, eagle, and then birdied for the win. Took him right down. I'm getting hammered. You guys rock. Let's get hammered, boys. What are you drinking, Chris? Let me know what you're drinking. I wish I could turn this camera a little bit and show everybody what's going on around us right now. Because
there's a lot of stuff.
there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's not really. They can see some of it.
Yeah. I haven't filled in that wall yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so I was gonna ask Johnny about that. You play it on your phone? I like playing it on my computer because you get to. This is like the most boringest talk ever. You get you get to pick like what courses you play on, and you get to pick different kind of games and stuff. On your phone you can only pick 9 holes and that's it. And then they just pick a course for you or whatever. So we'll get together and play sometime, Johnny. What's going on, Paula? Joe, what's up? Anything you guys want us to talk about before we start doing this podcast? Because we got a couple of minutes. You can do all that from my iPhone. See, we can't do it from. Oh, we don't have iPhones, so maybe that's why. I do it from my iPad.
I do.
I play on my iPad, so it can't be too much different than the iPhone.
No, should be the same setup.
Yeah, it's the same setup. I can't pick when you go to play against somebody. You can't pick your courses and stuff. It just automatically picks it for you. So, Johnny, if you know something that I don't know about it, let us know because we just do random because that's the only thing that I thought that was available on the phone. I know if you're playing one player, you can, play any course that you want or, whatever. But when you're actually just playing against a friend, they pick the course for you and everything. Chris is apparently drinking everything you are, brothers.
Okay.
Apparently he's got the apple ciders going right now.
Nice. What kind of cider?
Mm.
Depends on what kind you're drinking, if I'm excited for you or not.
Yeah, I've been playing it for a while too, Johnny. I'm not as far as you as like level wise, but I don't really fuck around with the paying for clubs and stuff. I just buy whatever. I just have whatever they give me for free. But I think I might upgrade a little bit and buy some clubs this week or next week.
See, I feel like that's me on every game. Because like I play Madden and stuff. I am not gonna spend actual money.
Or you buy the game
on a video game. No, that's what I'm saying.
You don't even buy this game. It's just a free download.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing. I used to do tap baseball. Did you ever?
Yep.
Okay. So I had a monster team. I like finally was able to like figure it out, but at a certain point, you stop it's like you have to spend money or you have to just hope to God the other guy fucks up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much what this golf game is. It's like it's all about putting and chipping, really. Driving's not really that big of a deal, but
I used to play you on what was the other one? What's the other golf game? The free one.
Oh, that stupid the one hole game.
Yeah.
Golf Clash.
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that one's definitely not worth playing. That's still fun. It was fun for a little while, but then it kind of got boring.
Yeah.
You play the same holes over and over again, and at least with this game, it's.
And do you play actual realistic holes? Like these are like actual courses, or is it like made up courses?
No, it's real courses. You play Pebble Beach and all the big courses that the pros play on.
Oh, okay.
So it actually looks really good for like a free game too. Like it actually looks like you're playing like on PlayStation or something.
No shit.
Tiger Woods almost like it's very similar to Tiger Woods.
I was gonna say I used to play the Tiger Woods games, and then Rory McIlroy did the last one.
Yeah,
I still have that.
Yeah,
I have that game. That's actually I like the look of that game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's always been a good game, the Tiger Woods games, but yeah, I mean, this one is like pretty realistic, so it's tough. It's a tough game. I mean, once you get used to it, it gets a little bit easier, but it's still tough to hit out of the rough. And
see, I don't call it the rough; I call it the muff.
The muff.
Highway.
We got people passing by right now. We get a little bit of feedback,
and we also have them turned up, so they probably don't hear it.
Yeah, probably not. So it's been about 10 minutes to start this thing up.
Let's get this.
Let's get the show on the road here.
Yes, sir.
Start it up. Hit that record button. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Hanging with Chad. This is episode 33. Today is December 11th, 2018. On my left-hand side is my co-host, Aaron. What's going on, Aaron?
What's up, everybody? How we doing today? Feeling good. It's been a busy few days at work. Ready to start talking.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. We got some NFL talk. We're gonna talk about the NFL a little bit. We're gonna talk about what we've been doing all week, and we got some movies to talk about because we got some big trailers that came out.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw a movie in the movie theater, so we're gonna talk about that. You saw a movie on Netflix, so we're gonna talk about that. So we're just gonna get into it, and we're gonna talk about what we were doing over the last week or so. I did a couple of cool little concerts at Mohegan Sun. Every year I go see Straight No Chaser. They're a acapella guy group that was formed a long time ago. I think there was 11 of them. They change out every so often, but I think they have their regular core members. But they just get up there and do music with no instruments.
What songs?
They do a lot of pop songs and a lot of 90s. They do nowadays music. They did some Christmas stuff, but mostly they do some originals, but not much. They did maybe like 3 originals, but most of their songs are like kind of like blended together kind of songs. Like they did Thriller, like mashed with a different song. I can't remember exactly what song, but they do like a whole bunch of those kind of songs. It's really cool. I enjoy them. Obviously, I go back every year to see them, and I like that kind of. It reminds me of like Pitch Perfect.
I was gonna say you're a huge Pitch Perfect fan.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of music in general, but I think it's really cool when a group can make music just using their mouths.
Yes,
like I think that's like super cool. So 2 days after I went and saw Straight No Chaser, I went and saw Pentatonics. Now Pentatonics does the same exact thing, but they only have 4 members. So
that's a little bit tougher.
You can just imagine. Oh no, they got 5 members. Yeah, 5 members. Sorry. So that is just like that much harder to do because each specific person has a job. If you have 11 people up there, you got a couple people that do the same job. Kind of, make it a. I don't know how to explain it, but the concert that I went to was their Christmas show, so they did nothing but Christmas music.
Did they do "Baby It's Cold Outside"?
No.
Oh, come on.
No.
They can legally do it now.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was always legal to do it.
But didn't they pull it off like the radio?
One radio station.
No, I thought a bunch of them did.
No,
that was just like publicized at Cleveland radio.
Yeah, it was just Ohio, Cleveland took it off the air, and now they allow it back on the air.
I was gonna say it's back on.
Yeah, so it is what it is, man. No, they didn't do "Baby It's Cold Outside."
Well, I think then you overpaid.
It was free.
Oh well, then you overpaid.
And then on top of that, my buddy Mike Hanley, stand-up comedian from Rhode Island, he was at Comics over the weekend. I went and saw him on Thursday. I've probably seen him. I'm gonna say this is probably my 10th time seeing him, and every time he performs, like he always surprises me with at least one joke. But I was talking to him afterwards, and I told him he's like very energetic on stage, back and forth, on the ends of the stages. He's very interactive with the crowd. Just has a ton of energy and super funny guy. But I've seen him so many times. I'm kind of, when you first initially see him, you get that energy from him, and that's what you pay more attention to his energy than his jokes sometimes. And I've seen him so many times that the energy, I'm over the whole energy thing, so I can like concentrate on the jokes now.
Okay.
He's one of the best storytellers ever, and he had one joke, and it was a callback from he was talking about he had a deaf cat, and 45 minutes into his set, he recalls that, and I don't laugh out loud that much at his jokes anymore. I kind of, because I kind of get the gist of who he is and his stories and stuff like that. I always laugh, but I never really laugh out loud.
Yeah, hard.
Yeah. So I told him I literally almost fell out of my seat laughing at the callback. It was so fucking funny. One of the best jokes I've ever heard him say, and it was just like one line. And I told him afterwards, I was like, that was like, it was like one of the best, callbacks I've ever heard. I've seen a lot of comedy. I'm not saying I'm like some high praise critic or anything like that, but I have been to a lot of comedy shows, and that was one of the best callbacks I've ever seen in my life. Like, so fucking funny. So if you guys ever get a chance, please go see Mike Hanley. He's all around here. I think he tours around the United States sometimes too. So definitely go check him out. What did you do over the week? So
all week, obviously, I worked my balls off. But Saturday, I went up to Downey Cider. They're in East Boston. They've gone nationwide. You can literally go on their website and buy their cider and they will deliver it to. It will be delivered to your house through the mail.
Mm-hmm.
Other than like Connecticut and like one other state.
Yeah, Connecticut doesn't allow that shit.
We're and we right next door.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. But anyway, went there, had a great time. Took 3 friends. They had been, 2 of them have been there twice, but they've never gone on the tour. So they got to go on the tour and get more alcohol than they usually get. Instead of just doing a tasting. So, and it's absolutely free. You just got to sign up like months in advance because they always fill up their tours. And a couple people canceled. I got to fill in on it. So I went on the tour with them. They changed up their tour a little. So if you've been in the past couple of years, it is different. And then stocked up on my cider, as you can see. And then, have you ever shotgun a beer?
Yeah.
I've never shotgunned a beer before in my life.
Yep.
So we proceeded to go shotgun some ciders out back with a couple of the fine ladies that work at the establishment.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I can't chug. Like I can drink fast. Like I don't enjoy things. I eat everything fast. I drink everything fast, but I can't chug.
Yep.
But I can drink a lot in a quick amount of time. Yeah, so it just went all over me. And it was freezing fucking cold outside.
Yep.
So then it was slowly drying. So you proceeded to make a comment on the photo. So it looked like I spit on myself.
Yeah.
It was not spit. Well, it might have been.
Yeah, it was a little spit.
But it was cider that had run down my chest from trying to shotgun beers, well, ciders, out back of their establishment.
Yeah, I haven't shotgun a beer in probably since I was like 19, maybe.
Yeah,
20.
I'm 31. I'd never done it before.
Yeah, it's nothing that I mean, I've had people. We probably shotgun a couple beers at some of the parties that I've been to, like in my earlier 20s.
Yeah,
but I would never do that now. I mean, you're a little bit younger than me, so I guess that's okay. But
well, I was with people that are your age.
I think that's, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with that at all.
But it was fun.
I'm sure it was fun.
I'm making fun of it, but making fun of myself for not being able to do it, but it had a good time.
Yeah.
And then on the way home, I made a stop in Rhode Island. I think the guy used to be a referee in wrestling.
Yep.
And I met up with him at a location and proceeded to pay him for some figures because obviously you can see in the background figures, but I have a Hasbro collection and I picked up some really good rare figures for a wonderful price.
Nice.
Yeah. So pretty pumped about that. And then I basically relaxed Sunday. I got to help my dad walk around.
This little guy right here.
That's Marty Squirrel. That came in the mail today.
Every club needs a villain. Yep. Yep. He looks like the penguin a little bit.
A little bit. With
the umbrella and the.
He's British. I've met him. He's really actually about an inch shorter than you.
Yep.
And he's really, 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 really thin.
Yep.
And he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Extremely nice guy. Met him in face to face and then ran into him as he was going to the bathroom. I was like, hey man. He's like, hey, thanks for coming tonight. And I'm like, yeah, you too. Thanks for you coming out. And have a safe trip. Cause I think it was snowing that day.
Yep.
And he's like, thanks, you too. And that was it. He's very, I understand that's very, minimal words, but very polite gentleman.
Yeah. So you had a good, you had a
quiet,
week,
good, yeah. And then
kind of low key, kind of.
Yeah, it wasn't crazy. We expected to go for the day to Boston, didn't turn into a day trip, turned into a midday excursion.
Yep.
And then had to rush home because a certain individual double booked herself.
Uh-oh.
And and then hung out Sunday.
Nice. Probably watch some football, right?
Yeah. I don't really want to acknowledge that I watched some, or
I watched
put my eyes on football.
I ended up watching what game did I watch? Oh man, I can't remember it now. Anyway, let's do our picks.
Okay.
We did NFL picks last week. You wrote them down, so we're going to go over them. I know we did the Thursday night game. And let us know what the results were.
The Thursday night game was the Jags at the Titans. We both picked the Titans. We both won.
Yeah.
The Monday night game, Vikings at the Seahawks. I won. I picked the Seahawks.
Yep.
Blew them out. I think it was like 30-9 or something.
That was
like
a terrible game.
Yeah, it wasn't a good game. Well, for the Vikings anyway.
I mean, the score didn't reflect on how bad the game was, though.
Yeah.
Because they didn't score those 21 points until like the fourth quarter, and then one of them was a pick six in the last like minute of the game.
Yeah.
So the game was really boring.
I'm sure.
No, I watched the whole game. I know it was boring.
I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it was as exciting as the Pats game.
Yeah. It ended up being 21-7. The score. Yeah. Okay. Somebody on Facebook Live said 21-0, but it was 21-7. He corrected himself anyway. 21-7. I got that one wrong.
Yeah, I think
so
I'm
that
up
brings,
on you one.
So that brings you up on me by one.
Yes, sir.
So this week could be the one that separates us right now because we got 4 games we're going to pick.
Yes.
We're going to pick between the Thursday night game.
Okay.
That's the Chargers versus the Chiefs. So you have
Chargers at the Chiefs?
Yes. Whenever I announce who they're playing, the second team is always the home team.
Okay.
So it's the Chargers versus the Chiefs at Kansas City. I will let you pick first.
Kansas City.
I go with Kansas City too.
Not because I don't think if they were playing in San Diego, I might go the other way.
Yeah.
And it's Thursday night. It's a short week.
Yeah.
And the Chiefs are at home. That's just.
You know what? I take it back. I take the Chargers.
You're gonna take the Chargers.
I take the Chargers. I'm gonna take the Chargers.
All right. Well, mark a C above the Chargers and an A above the Chiefs there. So because I have it written down.
I got it. So Saturday we got 2 games.
Okay.
Because the last 3 weeks of the season they put Saturday games on. So the early game we get the Texans at the Jets. I get the pick first in this one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the Texans. I don't think the Jets have a chance at all.
No. So you might as well just put my initial there too.
All right. And yeah, if Gordon plays, I even think even if Gordon doesn't play, I think the Chargers still are able to beat the Chiefs. The late game is going to be the Cleveland Browns versus the Denver Broncos. You get the pick first in this one.
So it's Broncos at
Cleveland Browns versus the Broncos.
Okay. So I'm gonna pick the Browns.
Browns
going into Denver.
I'm gonna go with the Broncos at home.
Okay.
A cold game. I know Cleveland plays it in cold weather too, but I think the Broncos got it in them to beat the Browns. Monday night game, we have the Saints at the Panthers. I get to pick this one too. I know the Panthers need this game. And the Saints, I think they pretty much got it locked up.
Pretty much.
I think they actually have it locked up.
Like the 2 seed at least.
At least, I think they have the division locked up at least.
Yeah.
And I know the Panthers need it. And the Saints defense is really not that good. But their offense is fucking really good. Their run defense is really good. So I think, oh man, this is a tough one. You know what? I'm going to go with the home team, and I think the Panthers are going to pull this one out.
I'm going to go with the Saints.
All right.
Just because I think I always go on this, but I don't have any faith in their quarterback. Cam Newton, I have no faith in him.
Don't talk shit about Cam Newton while you're around me, please.
Really?
Yeah, I love Cam Newton.
What are you, an Auburn fan?
I'm just a Cam Newton fan. He's a good guy, man. I like him.
So it's okay for him to get paid to play in college?
Yeah. I think all college players should.
Well, they should, but if he's the only one.
Yeah. Get your money, man.
Yeah.
Fuck the colleges, man. They make
I'm not saying I'm talking about. Yeah. No, I think
colleges make so much money off these kids and they get nothing.
I just think
they get an education. I don't say nothing. They get an education.
He didn't. He doesn't give a shit. He switched between 2 schools because he's an idiot.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm all about, hey.
I don't like
if you can get the money, get the money.
I just don't think he's a
my question is what
I think he'd be a great tight end. I don't think he's a great quarterback.
What is college kids getting money on the side from like a sponsor or for
No, I genuinely, but when the rules say that you're not supposed to
rules, whatever.
I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna,
that doesn't affect football.
It does.
How does it affect football?
It does because if you watch back in the 80s,
yeah,
this is a perfect example because it was pretty much like the Wild West. They did whatever they wanted. They literally would buy a kid by just literally giving them a Trans Am. Like, here, kid, take this.
Yeah.
You can't do that as a college. All right, here's the thing.
The rules say you can't.
No. But to be fair, if that's okay, then everybody should be able to do that. Because then I'm just saying this because as a person that likes football and has to go watch a UConn game, that pisses me off.
Better recruiting, man.
No.
Start giving people Trans Ams.
Yeah, that's my point.
Okay.
If I'm sorry, like they don't have a problem getting college basketball players to come to Connecticut.
Yeah, they get a good recruiters,
but they can't get a football team because
their football program is not that good.
Yeah, but it's just because they don't have a history of it.
Exactly.
Alabama has history. They don't need to pay players. Auburn has history.
Yeah.
Auburn didn't have to pay
but you can't default
Bo Jackson to come play at their school. All it took was Bear Bryant telling him he would never beat him in college. And then he went out there and beat him in college.
But you can't fault a school for having history.
No, I don't fault them for that. I fault them for paying players.
Because they didn't have history at one point.
No. Yeah.
So they had to build it.
60 years ago.
That's all right. I listen.
Back in the day, what were
every sport? It doesn't matter if you're in college or if you're in a professional sport.
If we go back,
every aspect of sports there's some sort of cheating going on.
No, I get that.
All right, so it is no
as a Pats fan, I'm obviously abundantly clear of people cheat in the NFL. Think? But here's the other thing: it's the same thing with the whole Deflategate. Just to say that one team's doing it is bullshit.
They got caught.
Yeah, and then the next week, Aaron Rodgers goes out and says, "Yeah, I overinflate my footballs."
Okay,
and then the next week,
he just said it.
It's admitting to it.
Yeah, that's fine. But it was never like it was. They actually proved that the Patriots.
No, if you look at it, they didn't prove that.
I thought they proved it with
they didn't.
Testing of the PSI.
Within the regulations and within how many PSI, there was only one football that was questionable. All the other footballs were in regulation.
I don't know about
the
that.
first report said it was only because they said it was below the recommended PSI. It was still within regulation.
Regardless.
Yeah, Cam Newton sucks at football. I get it.
There's cheating going around everywhere.
Yeah, no, I
baseball is like one of the biggest sports where they cheat. They use steroids everywhere. It's getting a little bit better, but it's still there.
Yeah, they just figure out a better way to beat the test.
Football used to be big with the paying people extra money to target people, and whatever. I mean, and they turn a broad shoulder to any kind of domestic violence or anything.
Oh, it's just insane.
It's insane. But you know what? College players, if they want to, if they can get if they can get the money somehow, and they get away with it, I'm all for it. Do you, boo?
No, but my point is how. Yeah, I get it. Like, once again, if those kids are going to college and they're taking that, a lot of them taking that money because they don't see anything else other than football as their future.
Exactly. I don't know.
I get it because there are a lot of college players that don't go on to professional sports, but should tell you as a human.
But those players aren't getting.
No, but
nearly as much as like the people that are like number one draft picks.
No, but if you're gonna get a free education, and literally the only other way you're gonna make money is the only way I'm gonna do this is playing professional sports. Wouldn't you just take advantage of the fact that you got free school?
Okay, they're giving you free, quote unquote, free school.
Yeah.
Say that's $50,000 a year.
Okay.
Say that's $200,000. These colleges are making millions and millions.
I totally understand that the NCAA is a fucking racket.
Oh yeah,
and they're making money off of these kids. Get that?
Yeah.
But to say that a player going out now, here's the thing: that same quarterback that's getting like him, Cam Newton's getting paid, or he's getting all this fucking money. His father literally went out there and said, "Whoever gives me the most money is where my kid's going to school."
Good for him.
But that's bullshit because here's the other thing. Now you'd have the best offensive lineman on the team. He's living in the same dorm as him.
Okay.
Or he's probably living in a dorm versus he can afford it.
Okay.
Because he's getting paid.
Okay.
But that offensive lineman that's going to stay there all 4 years.
Yep.
Whereas if Cam Newton's only going to be there for 2 because he
Yep.
transferred in as a sophomore,
Mm-hmm.
that offensive lineman should get as much as the other guy.
Yeah, but he didn't go out and hustle and get that money.
No, but the point is he didn't need to, because why? You get, especially when you're a college football player,
but if
you get free clothes, like more than you could ever ask for.
No, I'm sure they do.
You get free food, all 3 meals. You get a free meal, and it's not like, hey, go down to the local convenience store and get yourself like something like to snack on.
Yeah.
They get full course spreads, especially during the football season, and they practice year round, so it's not like they can't.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. Like, that just, to me, it's just too much. It's too much.
So they don't win they don't win a national title without Cam Newton, right? Right.
That season, possibly not.
But they can win it without that defensive.
Because to be fair,
they can win it without the defensive lineman.
Because if you can say that, but then if you say that about like Tim Tebow won a national title.
Yep.
He won a Heisman.
Yep.
He's not a professional quarterback.
He has morals.
Yeah. I guess Cam Newton doesn't.
Who cares?
But you just said he's a good guy.
He is a good guy. He donates a lot of money and stuff. Just because Shaq is like one of the most charitable people in the world.
Yeah, he made a lot of money in college. I know.
He made a load of money in college.
That was the ongoing joke in the,
so therefore, what's so bad about them getting their money and then later on in their NFL careers when they're getting paid, donating it back to the community?
What's his name did that? What's his name? Oh God. Sue there. Ndamukong Suh.
Yep.
He donated a shit ton of money back to Nebraska.
Yeah.
But then he said it. He's like, this college gave me this, so I'm giving back to the college.
Yeah. Because the donor.
Yeah, but I get that. But he probably didn't get his parents didn't probably get a free house.
Probably not. I don't know what they got. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they get.
Cam Newton got $100,000.
He probably got more than that.
More than likely.
But the way that I see it,
I think
I'm fine with it because these people that we're talking about right now, if you're talking about a shitty person like that got paid in college and then went on and
if we want to
got drug busted and all this, like if it was like a
Adam Pac-Man Jones,
like a Pac-Man Jones, like
where you actually murdered somebody,
exactly,
and he still plays in the NFL,
yeah, or Kareem Hunt where he's beating on fucking women,
but he's not in the NFL right now.
Exactly. Well, what I'm saying is, if we were talking about one of those guys,
yeah,
I would probably have an issue with it.
Okay.
To the fact that he didn't move on in his career, and you don't hear about him doing good things.
Okay.
Cam Newton's always doing good things.
Okay.
You already said Sue. A lot of people don't like Sue, and a lot of people think Sue is like this.
He's a dirty football
player, but outside of football,
they say the same thing about a lot of NFL players.
A lot of basketball players are the same way. Like LeBron James, he built a school.
Yeah, no,
he's in Cleveland.
He's an idiot on the court, off the court, towards fans and people. He's a good person.
Yeah.
I've said that a million times. I don't like LeBron James, the basketball player.
I love him.
I don't.
I love watching him.
I don't like watching him.
He's one of the best players we're ever going to see.
He drives me fucking insane.
Yeah, but he's one of the best players
for a guy that's 6'8", 6'9", built like he is, to get like touched and looks like he got shot by a gun.
That's the era that we're living in.
I understand. That's why I don't like it.
But you can't blame that all on him.
I do, because he's the one that
but if
plays
he's not,
it up.
But, everybody plays it up.
No,
have you ever seen Stephen Curry take a shot?
Yeah.
Somebody's not even like 5 feet within him, and he's falling back and falling on the ground. I mean, Reggie Miller was the king of doing that, and that's one of my favorite basketball players of all time.
I just like his trash talking. I don't really like him. He's kind of a doof.
Who?
Reggie Miller.
Oh,
I think he's one of the greatest shooters of all time, but he's a doof.
Now we got issues because Reggie, that's my boy right there. That's the whole reason why I watched basketball in the 90s was because of Reggie Miller. I the little bit of basketball game that I did have, I modeled it after him, and I studied his games, and I played exactly how he played. And I wasn't as good as him, nearly as good as him, but I mean, Yeah, he was my idol, man. He was, to this day, he's why I'm an Indiana Pacers fan still. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. Just to loop around and get back to it, what we were talking about. It's one of those things where I'm okay with it until you get caught.
So you like Cam Newton? Do you think he's a top 15 quarterback
in the league right now?
Yeah,
I would put him in the top 15. And plus his career alone, I mean, he's had a good career.
I think he's one of those quarterbacks, like most quarterbacks, that come out like a ball of fire. Give him a season or two, most of the NFL is going to figure you out. Now, the difference is, same thing, I don't like the fact that they don't call shit on him. I think it's unfair that Tom Brady gets hit and they throw the flag instantly, or he cries about it, and then they throw the flag.
I would say you don't see
and
Cam
then
crying too much.
He cries after the game, which is, here's the thing. If you want the refs to like keep an eye out for it, you got to say something. You can't let them not call it, especially the way this NFL is called. Like you said, it's the league that they're playing in now.
Yeah.
It's the era. So that's the point. Like it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I like Cam Newton. I like the way he plays. I like him. I like his swag. I like his.
I don't like the Superman thing.
I mean, he does. I don't think he does. It's not a big thing anymore that he does. But I don't know. I just like watching him play. I think he's a good football player. I think he's very athletic, and I think he's exciting when he's behind the snap. And I mean, not much anymore because he's not really he can still run the ball.
Yeah,
but he's not a big.
Well, he's tired of getting concussions.
Oh, he's tired of getting fucking nailed all the time.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But that's the thing. I mean, luckily, Michael Vick back in the day, for whatever reason, just never got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, he got lucky. That man could, but he was like, he made it abundantly clear he was getting out of bounds. Whereas if Cam Newton's going to try to run you over and then finds out that defensive back doesn't care and they're going to try to take your head off,
yeah,
they'll get concussed to concuss you.
Yeah, it's crazy. But moving on, the last question we're going to have for the NFL section of this topic. Last topic of this section would probably be a better thing to say. The question I'm going to address is, are the Browns going to be good next year?
Yes, with a caveat that they don't hire Josh McDaniels.
Okay.
If they hire him, franchise is fucked. Still fucked.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about. I don't really pay attention that much about coaches and stuff. But I will say they're exciting to watch. I think Baker Mayfield is the real deal. I think he can be a top once the Tom Brady's and the Drew Breeses and the Phillip Rivers are gone. I think he's going to be in the talk of one of the top quarterbacks in the league. I've seen multiple games this year of him playing, and it just looks like he has it. Like, I think he's good. He's doing it with very minimum people behind him playing. I mean, he has an okay running back in Nick Chubb. I mean,
yeah, no, he's really good.
He's okay. I mean, I wouldn't say he's really good, but
no,
he's okay.
If they give
Jarvis Landry's having an outstanding out of nowhere year for some reason.
I'm not out of nowhere. He just played with Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean? Like, you get him with a quarterback that can actually get him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, I've liked his play all year. He's putting up some big numbers for a rookie, and I like him. I think the Browns could actually be a competitive team next year, and they're sitting at 5-7-1. I mean, you change that one tie game to a win. They're sitting at 6-7. That's better than a lot of the teams in the NFL right now. So watch out for the Browns, man. They've lost some close games this year. They've won some big games. I think they come back next year, and I think they compete for that. Their division is not. Yeah,
Roethlisberger's going to retire.
I mean, eventually, I don't think.
No, I think he'll retire after this year. I think he's too beat up.
I think he has one more year.
I mean, unless they sweeten it for him, I don't think he will.
You got the Ravens, who Joe Flacco's out.
Yeah.
He's not coming back to the Ravens. And I don't even know if he's going to be he might be one of those guys that just kind of drop off, because even though he's won a Super Bowl, he probably should have won 2 Super Bowls. He's not that great of a quarterback.
No.
And they have Jackson that's playing now, and he's doing good. And I think they're just going to roll with the new guy.
I just don't think he can run as much as he's doing and last.
Yeah.
He's going to have to learn to just slow down for a second.
It's tough to find a team that I would think that would want to pay for him and have him not produce like they're paying him, because he's going to be expensive.
Talking about Flacco?
Yeah, Flacco.
Yeah, no.
He's going to be expensive no matter where he goes. And if he's going to be a starter at that, he's going to be a starter at that price. I just don't think he has the ability to perform.
No, he's
anywhere near what a team would have to pay him.
As a quarterback, he's quarterbacking like Eli Manning. Throw it up there, hope it makes it.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, he had wide receivers that could do that, could burn. In that Super Bowl season, he had guys that could take the top off of defense.
Yeah.
He doesn't have that.
No, he doesn't.
And maybe he lost a step. Maybe he's got issues with his shoulder, and he just can't throw that deep ball anymore.
Yep.
I'm sorry. If you're a one-trick pony, it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, they just don't have the firepower that they used to, and I think Joe Flacco is out. So I think Jackson is the new quarterback in Baltimore. So, and then you got the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean,
that's what I was going to say. And here's the same thing. Like, how does Lewis still have a job? Marvin Lewis, their head coach, he's been there for like 13 years, and they haven't done anything.
I think he has something on somebody there, because
he must have like photos of the owner just doing something really wrong. There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way, man. Like, I couldn't keep that job.
Yeah. All right, so I say the Browns. Watch out for the Browns next year. I think the Browns have a possibility of actually winning this division next year.
No, they're a playoff. They're going to be in the playoffs next year.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on to the movie section now. We had a couple big trailers come out. So the first trailer we're going to talk about is Godzilla King of the Monsters. I watched this trailer. Didn't really do much for me in the fact that I'm already excited for the movie. But it didn't add anything to it. It didn't pop out to me like the first trailer did. The first trailer, I was like, oh, God damn, we're gonna get a good Godzilla movie finally. And because the last Godzilla movie sucked, and the one with who the hell was in that?
Bryan Cranston?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, the really boring one. That Godzilla was only in it for like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like we're actually going to get a legit like Godzilla movie this time. I'm excited. Some of the scenes looked really cool in the trailer. Him walking across the, going up against the other monsters.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of brought back like that old timey Japanese Godzilla movies.
Yeah.
Where he's like walking all over the fucking skyscrapers and stuff and just destroying everything.
Now, were you a Godzilla fan before this?
I mean, I remember watching the old ones with my grandfather, like the old, like really cheesy ones that you can tell it was like a costume, or, they were hanging things from a string, like kind of thing. I was a fan all up until that last Godzilla. They just did another Godzilla. It was called.
Did you like the Matthew Broderick one? One from like, wasn't that like 1999 or something?
Yeah, I can't remember that one that much, but they just did one. It was called Godzilla. I almost want to kind of look. Yeah, there it is. Godzilla Resurgence. That was the name of it in American name, but it was all in Japanese when I watched it.
I didn't see it,
and it was actually a really good throwback. It was a throwback like origin. Like a reboot kind of movie, and it tells you about the origin of Godzilla. So it was really cool. I really liked that one. But I wish I would know the name of the actual. I don't know the name of the actual movie though. I watched it on online or whatever. But yeah, I mean, are you looking forward to a new Godzilla movie?
So I don't like Godzilla.
No.
I'm not a big fan of these versions of monsters.
Yep.
I'm more into like, Dracula and Frankenstein, those kind of monsters, the
Yep.
campier monsters. I get the appeal of it, and I would say when I was a kid and watching the a music video for the Beastie Boys, like it made me want to go back and like watch those movies
Yep.
to like see what they got that idea from.
Yep.
And I would see stuff from time to time on TV about it. And I'd watch it and it was interesting as a kid. But as I got older, it didn't really hold up for me.
Yeah.
They make some wicked awesome action figures for those movies and lots of great art and stuff. It doesn't overly excite me.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't say it yet, but everybody was telling me about the last movie that they did, and it really didn't do anything for me in the trailers. And then when I heard how the movie went, it just sounded awful. Like, if you're going to give me a movie with monsters, you better give me like a lot.
Yeah.
Give me that. Like, that should be like, yes, give me a little bit of human so I understand, like, hey, we don't want to die, but give me something. And doesn't seem like they did that.
Yeah.
So no, I don't know if I'm probably not going to see this movie.
Oh man, I'm all in. Did you like you? So you don't like the King Kong movies or anything like that either?
I liked
Kong Skull Island.
See, I didn't watch it because like that's another thing.
Oh man, Kong Skull Island was so good, man.
I heard it was really good.
Yeah.
But like I said, I like the one back in the 80s. Was it King Kong with what's his name? Brooks there from
Mel Brooks?
Oh no. No, Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
Yep.
Back in like the early 80s.
Yeah.
I like that when I was a kid because I saw it when I was a kid and it was cool and whatever. But they haven't overly overwhelmed me with like, I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know how I feel about these movies. Like I said, the monsters aspect doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah. It's all good. I mean, not every movie hits with everybody. But I highly recommend watching the last Kong Skull Island. It was really good.
I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah.
From people that have seen it. I just haven't watched it.
You get kind of a sneak peek at Mothra and all the other beasts at the end of the movie. So
nice.
I'm looking forward to this one, man.
No, if this is like nonstop, just Godzilla and everybody fighting each other, yeah, I'll check it out.
Well, from the trailer, it kind of looks like at the beginning of the movie, it's gonna be probably them talking because they were talking about if Godzilla was gonna be a good thing for them or not, and there's gonna be a lot of politics and stuff, as in every Godzilla movie. So I'm really looking forward to this one. The trailer did nothing for me, but just kind of refreshed my energy towards getting a new Godzilla movie. The other trailer was a huge trailer. I've heard people that cried through this trailer.
Really?
Oh yeah, I've heard stories about nerds, man.
Were you one of them?
No, I don't get. No, the Avenger movies mean nothing to me.
Oh wow!
I'm a Thanos guy, man. So
you believe in what he believes?
I 100% believe in what he believes in. 120%.
Wiping out half the planet?
Yes.
Even if you're one of them?
Yes.
It's like just playing the odds.
Yes. Yes.
Oh boy.
That's. I mean, it's a bad thing to say, probably, but it's.
I mean, I don't think it'd be very. You might not be alone.
I understand. My whole thing is I understand what he's saying, even though he is a villain, and I like that sound. I don't know. I stand behind him. The way that as far as the movies go, his planet got ruined because of overpopulation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a personal thing for him.
So you've seen all the movies, correct?
I've seen them all except for like I haven't seen some of the single. Like I've never seen Winter Soldier or I'm not a
That's
big.
one of the.
I'm not a big.
That's one of the better ones.
I'm not a fan of Captain America. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen all of the Iron Mans.
Okay.
I think I've
Don't
seen.
see number 3.
I think I've seen one,
Yeah, that's.
and it might have been the second one.
And the second one's not bad. It's not great.
I'm not 100% sure which ones I've seen, but I haven't. I've seen all the good standalones that what I think are standalone good movies is like the Ant-Man and Doctor Strange.
Huh.
Didn't see the Hulk.
It's good. It's different.
I saw the last Thor, but I hadn't seen the other two.
The last one was good.
I liked it.
Yeah.
So I'm up to date of what's going on.
Okay.
Now, going into the last one, Infinity Wars, I didn't know anything about Thanos at all.
Okay.
I'm not a comic book guy.
Did you read up about it, or did you just go in blind?
No, I just watched the movie.
They kind of told you what he is, and
yeah, I know exactly what he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I during that movie, I was rooting for Thanos. Like, I was like, yeah, I completely understand where this dude's coming from. Like, it's overpopulated.
Mm-hmm.
The national resources are being used. 50% gone.
But you murder the person that's considered your daughter?
Personally, would I be able to do it? No.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I would never be able to do it personally. But for me, watching from the outside in, I would support him. I would be one of the ones to say, "Hey, you know what?
I'll be one of his followers."
I don't think this dude has bad ideas. Like, I mean, granted, he should have sat down and talked to other people about maybe some other ways of going about it.
Yeah,
maybe
learn from your mistakes, not just murdering everybody.
I mean, is it murder?
Well, you're wiping it.
Is it murder?
It's technically genocide.
It's debatable. I think
it's genocide.
I don't. Yeah, I guess so.
If you think about it, half of a human race, like the human race.
Well, I mean, he did half of the living organisms. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, but if you just think about it in the aspect of like your family, you take every other one's gone. That's a little rough to take. I'm not saying to be like, hey, now you know what?
Pick and choose as hard.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If they're like, listen, you get to keep your cousin, your aunt, and your uncle, but your mom, dad, and your brother that you love are gone. You'd be like, that's not a fair trade. I don't talk to them anyway.
I guess when this movie happened and it came out, like,
I like that you like him.
When I expressed that I do like him, and I do believe in what he has to put out there.
Okay.
I get a lot of backlash. I'm not gonna lie, but everybody believes whatever they want to believe. I mean, I don't know. I think it's fine.
So for a guy that likes Thanos,
yep,
Captain America grabbing his hand and him not being able to move him didn't make you think he's a little bit of a badass?
Who, Captain America?
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's not a badass. I just don't like his attitude. I don't like his personality.
He's too much of a do-gooder? Is that
too much of a cocky son of a bitch sometimes. And this his laid back, like,
when is he cocky?
He's like late, like this, like he's a different kind of cocky. He's like a laid back, like very like.
Was he Shaq?
No, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but he's cocky without being cocky. Like, he's just like so laid back and like, no, don't worry about it. Whatever. But hey, I don't know. He's just laid back. He's too laid back for me. Get out there and do something. Thor's out there.
But he does.
Shit. Yeah, he is. But at the same time,
he does.
Just like so.
Unlike Tony Stark, that like creates all these other suits to like do shit, which is in the third one, by the way.
Yeah.
Where he just creates a million suits so he doesn't have to do anything.
That's smart.
Well, actually, that's how the second Avengers is, where he creates too many suits and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, whatever.
But anyway, it's. What did you think of the trailer? We didn't even ask about that.
Well, I mean, we're gonna get into the trailer a little bit. I mean, the trailer for me didn't really do much. up until the end of the trailer. I think there's a couple of things that I noticed throughout the trailer because I watched it like 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
Trying to pick up on a couple of things. I think a lot of it was. I think some of this stuff is not even going to make the movie. I think a lot of it was just like. I don't think the scene where Captain America and whatever her name is,
Black
blonde
Widow.
hair. Yeah, there you go. When they were kind of talking,
yeah,
I think that was made for the trailer only.
So kind of like the trailer for Monsters University. Like, remember how they did him as Mikey as a disco ball?
Yep.
And then in the movie, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Avenger. I think Marvel has done this in other trailers too, where they put stuff in trailers that really weren't in the movie,
or just weren't significant.
Yeah. Some of the stuff wasn't even in the movie. Like I can't specifically point out certain things, but I think they've done it in the past where they've added into the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've watched a lot of videos afterwards too about people explaining what they thought and this and that. The one thing that I'm interested in seeing because I'm a big Ant-Man fan.
Yeah. Is that because of Ant-Man or because of Paul Rudd?
Oh, it's a combination of two. I thought Paul Rudd was the perfect actor to play Ant-Man.
He's really good.
I mean, like I said, I don't have any history in comic books, so all these characters, I only know them from the movies. So I mean, I'm an Ant-Man fan because Paul Rudd played him and he played him well.
Mm.
And I like him as a character.
Okay.
So for me, I'm excited because Ant-Man is going to have a lot to do with the end game, it looks like, or the way that they're making it seem. Rather they're kind of trying to throw us off by doing that. Because Marvel doesn't have, when they run their trailers, the end of their trailers is usually the most important part. And they have Ant-Man at the most important part of that trailer.
Yeah.
At the end. Sort of their after credit scene where they roll the Avengers Endgame. And then they have another scene after that. They do it in every single trailer. So in this one, it was Ant-Man rolling up in his van, but you also see in the security camera, you see 1983. It was the camera was, the scene was shot in 1983. So I don't know if who knows? Who knows what happened? Ant-Man, at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp, he got lost in the vortex or whatever. I don't know. We don't know what's going to go. We don't know. I'm excited. Just for that aspect.
I'm excited. I'm a little nervous because isn't this supposed to be Chris Evans' last movie?
I don't know any of that.
I think it's Chris Evans' last movie is Cap. Supposedly, there's a high possibility the man goes down and he passes on the mantle to someone else, like a Bucky or what's the other guy's name that plays the Falcon? I forgot his name.
Oh, because he was in the trailer too.
Yeah,
which is another thing I wanted to talk about real quick after you're done.
I think that there's a high possibilities this could be good, could be bad. I don't know because it's like I've invested so much into these characters to see them like.
It's been a long time, dude.
Yeah, no, I get it. Like it's the same thing. Like I forgot how long Hugh Jackman played Wolverine. Like he played him for so long. Like you just automatically that's the guy you think of. I understand like Chris Evans and Captain America aren't one and the same, but when I think of him in that kind of context, Marvel movies, that's who I think of. When I think of Captain America, I think of Chris Evans.
Of course.
So that's why it's going to be tough. Like him, Helmsworth, I think it might be one of his last movies.
A lot of them are
done.
Are done.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. They've run their path. I mean, it's going to eventually happen where they're going to have to either A,
end it all,
or B, try somehow to move on without because I don't think a reboot is. I don't think they can do a reboot.
No, it'd be
a lot of
pointless.
people wouldn't watch it.
It's
a
the same.
lot of people would be mad.
I'm not gonna rewatch. I'm not gonna watch reboots of Daredevil.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
week.
saying. Like, that's what I mean. Like, you're right. Like, there's going to be a large contingent that are going to say, we've invested too much into this. We're not going to keep following it.
Yeah, so they're either going to have to move on without these characters and keep it going.
Yeah.
And have, maybe you keep like the Mark Ruffalo and the Thor.
Yeah, because he's newer.
Yeah, I mean, you still got Hawkeye. You still got these sort of younger characters like the Spider-Man. You still have these younger kind of characters or actors that I think moving forward. I mean, you still got the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean,
I was gonna say them and like Spider-Man can start to like continue on the Marvel universe, but I think they're definitely gonna have to start adding in other characters. If you're
they're gonna have to eventually. I mean,
yeah.
you start dropping characters, you're gonna have to. I mean, you got a universe that has 25 superheroes in it. You drop 5 of them, you're gonna have to find 5 more because people are gonna want those characters. People are gonna want more characters.
Oh yeah,
it's inevitable. You got Captain Marvel coming up.
Yes.
So she's gonna be a fairly new character. That comes along. Maybe she's the one who takes over Captain. I would think that she would be the more reasonable one to take over for Captain America, where she kind of is like the leader of the group now. I don't know. I don't know comic books. I could be talking under my fucking ass right now. I don't know. But for me personally, that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, if Captain Marvel is as good as what people are saying it's going to be,
I think it's gonna be really good.
I have no issue with a female superhero taking over.
Oh, that's not my issue.
Oh no, I'm not saying that is your issue. I'm just saying I don't have a problem with it. I think a superhero because she's like one of the most powerful superheroes in the universe. So I mean, it makes sense to me to have her come along and kind of be that one to kind of take over the team and move on with the team.
I hear there's a high possibility.
Yep.
That there might be some teasing in this movie about start bringing the X-Men into the universe.
I would hate that. I don't want that. I want my separate movies. Because I'm a huge X-Men fan.
No. I'm not saying they would. That's how they do it every time. At the end of the movie, they introduce you to a character and then say, okay, they're going to get their own movie. That's what they could do, where it's like, Hugh Jackman already said he's not going to play the Wolverine character anymore unless they put him in one of the Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
He shows up at the end of the movie to save, just murk somebody. I'd be pretty pumped for it.
Not me. I've already went through his death. I don't.
No. I get it. I don't need
him to come back.
I understand.
That was a bad example.
Yes, but no.
I've already cried through a whole hour, 2 hours worth of a movie.
Yeah.
I do not need just all of a ssudden for this dude. If they want to bring Wolverine in with a different
guy,
different actor,
yeah,
I'm all for that. I mean, because Hugh Jackman said he was done. I mean, they had to end the character somehow. Now, if they want to bring in the Wolverine with a different actor,
they could also bring in.
I'm fine with that.
They could also bring in X-23, the girl.
That's a possibility too, and I'd be fine with that.
Yeah,
I don't want to sit through it too. That would absolutely totally disappoint me if that happened. Where all of a sudden Wolverine, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine showed up in a MCU movie. I probably wouldn't watch it.
I think it'd be a cool teaser at the end of the movie
with a different actor, not with Hugh Jackman.
I mean, yeah. I mean, either way, you saying to me you're doing. I mean, if you recasting would make more sense because you're rebooting the whole situation anyway. But I've heard that that's a possibility because the directors of the movie, the whatever brothers, I forgot what their last
The Russo
name.
brothers.
The Russo brothers said they're done with the universe after this movie.
Yeah.
And the only way they would come back, kind of like a Hugh Jackman thing, if you give us the keys to the X-Men, like give us the X-Men too.
We don't need that.
I don't think it's gonna happen, but I think it would be really cool if you just gave me like fucking like obviously rebooted Cyclops just running in and fucking just blasting people.
No.
Or Storm, like a great female character.
Maybe. There would have to be a different actor for me. They couldn't bring.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want Halle Berry to be.
Yeah,
Storm.
I wouldn't want even the new like Days of Future Past. I wouldn't want Michael Fassbender.
No,
jumping in as Magneto into an MC. It's two totally different universes to me.
Yeah, no.
I know in the nerd world, it's all the same. Like they can interact. And
you went there.
Whatever. It is what it is, man. You can argue. I'm not saying you, but they can argue with me all they want. I watch the movies and that's it.
Yeah.
I don't fuck around with the comics. I don't care about the comics, and that's why I get so mad about people that. Oh, this is not canon. This is not canon. Who the fuck cares if it's canon? As long as it's a fucking good movie.
Well, as I forgot what it was. What
they want predictability.
Okay, but there is one. There's an author that wrote that. There was asked this. What do you feel about Hollywood ruining your book? And he pointed to his book on the shelf and he goes, "That book's not going to change."
Exactly.
You want to read that book. You love that book. The book's always going to be there.
Exactly.
Movie can do whatever way they want. It's the same. I mean, you get that from the fans. Frank Miller hates every movie they've ever made about his comics that they've remade into a movie.
Yep.
He hates them all because they don't. And I get what you're saying. They expect dependability. Like they want it to be the comic.
My whole thing is I don't understand if you know what the outcome is, why are you excited about a movie? Wouldn't you want a movie where you didn't know the outcome?
I think it's people wanting to see. It's the same thing with me and like action figures. I want to see my childhood. That if they
but even going back to your wrestlers, they change.
They change. Well, they do, but those will never change for me. So that's why comics for people, they want to see that. Like when I got to see The Dark Knight Rises, The Dark Knight Returns, when they finally they did like a comic, they turned it into a movie. They made a 2-part movie about it. It stays pretty close to the fucking comic. Like there's a couple things they had to tweak for like just to get it green, like to go with.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it was pretty fucking close.
And that's cool.
But that's what people that are fans of that content. But here's the problem. They have to make those guys happy and they have to make you happy. So that's their
They don't
qualm.
have to make me happy. They can listen, they can make it
No.
Listen.
Not to make you happy, but to make you want to go see
it.
They
can make it exactly like the comic book.
Yeah.
And I'm happy because I don't know the comic book.
I understand that.
So therefore, they're not making me happy.
Yeah.
As long as they put out a good movie, I'm happy. Avengers Infinity War was a good movie. I liked it.
Very good.
I didn't like Civil War. I thought it was a boring movie. The fight scenes were terrible. There was one good fight scene where they're all in the hangar or whatever, and they were kind of like going back and forth. That's the only part I liked.
Mm-hmm.
All the other stuff was jargon to me, and I didn't care about it. I didn't care. As long as they make a good movie, it's gonna be a good movie. But even if they do make a good movie, you always get these people out there saying, "Yeah, but it's not canon." So
I know
and that.
Yeah, no.
Who fucking cares?
I legitimately know.
They do the same thing with Star Wars.
Yes, I'm not gonna say I'm one of those people. I just haven't been overly impressed with the Star Wars movies I've seen in the most.
Well, the last Star Wars movie sucked.
Yes. And
that was
as
even if it wasn't canon or not canon,
no.
It was just a terrible movie.
Well, are we talking? So we're talking about The Last Jedi, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Force Awakens was good.
Force Awakens was really good.
Rogue One was excellent.
Yes, but if you knew the canon of that you already knew that kind of what was going to happen.
What, in Rogue One?
Yes.
Well, Rogue One, everybody knew it was going to happen.
You knew everybody was going to die.
You're an idiot if you didn't know what was going to happen.
Okay. So my point is,
I'm not even a big Star Wars fan. And I knew it was going to happen.
Like you said, there's always going to be people that are going to complain. You can't make everybody fucking happy.
No, you
but
can't.
if you make a movie that's quality and stays to the core of the character,
that's fine.
I'm okay with that.
But if you venture off and make a better movie, then what if the movie is better because you went off canon a little bit? Would you still want a canon movie that's like not great?
Well, yeah.
Or would you want a great movie that's a little bit off canon?
I think the problem is you have too many fans that
you get too many nerds.
Well, it's not. I call them fans. You call them nerds. It's the same thing. They're just so invested into what it. But see, that's a problem, though. What you see in your head by reading a comic, yes, they do give you pictures, but you're still imagining in your head what you think their body language is like, what they're doing, blah, 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 blah. It's the same thing with a book. And then when it's put in front of you and someone's acting it out and it's not the way you saw it in your head, sorry, like somebody else sees it differently. If you wanted it to be the way you thought in your head, you would have went and made that movie.
All right, we got to get back on topic here. Avengers Endgame. Do you like the title? Because this is when they revealed the title. Did it surprise you at all when that popped up on screen?
Not really.
I mean, it leaked out.
Yeah, not really. I also think it's just, if it's not the end for a lot of these characters, it's a stupid name. But it ends this. Once again, they do it in increments. There's always different phases of the Marvel universe. This is like the 6th or 7th phase or 8th phase of the Marvel universe.
Mm-hmm.
So if this is the end of this phase, fine. Like, I'm okay with the name. Like, name of a movie, as long as the movie's good, I don't care what the fucking name of it. It could be a pile of shit. As long as the movie is good, I don't care.
So, I looked up the meaning of Endgame.
Okay.
And Endgame is a chess term.
Okay.
I knew that. I knew it that much. And I kind of understood what Endgame meant.
Mm-hmm.
When they use the term Endgame in the game of chess, it means to, end the game, resulting from giving up pieces.
Okay.
Like you have to sacrifice a lot of your pieces in order to win over the king, to beat the king. So using that title, there's rumors out there that this is not even going to be the real title of the movie. I don't know how plays. I don't even know how to believe that at all. But I don't know why they would put it in a trailer. But to use the game, you use that term end game. There's going to be a lot more casualties in this game. In this movie, if you took end game as its literal term. Now,
Captain America.
Could they exactly? I mean, could they be using it as a different way of saying like, this is the end of maybe the Avengers totally win this and they don't have any casualties. This is the end of the game or quote unquote game. I think they're smarter than that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the title has a lot to do with what the movie is going to be.
Well, it is a chess game with Thanos.
Well, it is. And, going back to what I was saying earlier, I kind of was a little happy when I saw Thanos walking through the fields, just running his fingers through the flowers that are now all abundant and stuff on his planet. Titan 2, right?
Don't know. I didn't think he was at his home planet.
That looked like his home planet because he had the scarecrow and everything. The suit that was hanging.
I just thought he just didn't need his armor anymore. He thought in his head he was done.
Well, he was hanging it up. I read a little bit about that. I've read a little bit about Thanos. If you watch the end of Infinity Wars, you actually see it off the right-hand side of the screen.
Yeah.
At the end of that movie, when he's sitting up on the throne.
Yeah.
You see that same armor.
Yeah.
And so from the comic books, that was a scarecrow to ward off enemies and stuff.
Okay.
It looked like a scarecrow. So they call it, I guess they call it his scarecrow or whatever. So it's just hanging there. And it is his planet. I mean, I don't know if it's his original planet.
That's what I was saying.
I don't know. I get confused by a lot of these names. I know Titan 2 had come up. I don't know if Titan was his original planet and Titan 2 is like his new planet.
Yeah, well, he's the Mad Titan.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just heard Titan 2. I saw Titan 2. I think that was the name of his new planet, maybe.
Mhm.
I don't know. But it looks like it's all flourished and all good and everything. Like he seems like he's at peace now. And he's done what he's had to do. Now you got these. It's like I don't know. It's like the end of like Scooby-Doo, where like they just don't give up.
Yeah.
And just let it go. No, they got to keep on going and going and going until they actually reveal, the person behind the mask.
Yeah.
Just let Thanos go. He's done what he's done. Whatever.
Well,
so if they kill Thanos, which
okay,
I don't think they'll do, but if they kill Thanos, you don't really get anything out of it.
I don't know how you. The only thing that you could do is if you can get the what is it? The time gem.
Yeah, the one that Doctor Strange gave up, right?
If you can get that, you can turn back time.
Well, no, I mean that's what Ant-Man is going to be all about because he can go through time.
Yes,
he's the only because Doctor Strange is gone, and then you got the Olsen twin. Well, not the twin, but the Olsen sister.
Yes,
who the character that she played. Yeah, she's gone. So the only thing that they have
Scarlet
left,
Witch.
The only thing they have left now that is remotely like has to do with time travel.
Yeah,
is the Ant-Man.
Yes.
Now that's the whole thing that we don't know anything about because Ant-Man is not smart. He's not a scientist.
No, but
my guess is he probably doesn't know much about time travel.
No, but he understands how to get back out of.
Well, we don't know that yet because he hasn't come out yet.
Well, no. Here's the thing: he already did it once, where he went in.
Okay. I'm talking about at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yes,
he jumps in and the older lady, the wife.
Oh, of the original Ant-Man?
Came back. Yeah, came back.
You're talking about God dang it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
So anyway, she says, don't get lost because we'll never get you back.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling he gets lost, but somehow finds his way. Now the only thing that I don't know about and I can't explain, because I was thinking that he was I'm thinking that he jumps in, and the simplest thing that you can think of is he jumps in and he just happens to go back to 1983 when he comes out.
Well, see, so he went in, he was supposed to go in, he doesn't, and then Hank Pym goes and saves Michelle Pfeiffer's character, his wife, and pulls her out. But in the first movie, he does go that thin. He goes not that small, but he goes pretty small.
Yeah, he goes pretty small, to
the point where he starts to see the colors.
Yeah.
And then he slowly is able to pull himself out of it.
But doesn't he jump in at the end of Ant-Man and Wasp? Or he is about to jump in? Yeah,
he does, and he goes and he's going there to do something.
But we don't. About my whole thing is she says at the end of that movie, don't get lost or don't go too deep or whatever she says, because we won't be able to pull you out.
Okay, but here's the thing:
but when he jumps in, they disappear.
Yes.
So they're not finding him anyway.
No. So, but that's my point is he might stop and then go, okay, well, I've been able to get the pack from this far. I got to start sending myself back.
Well, what I was thinking is a real simple thing to think because of the security camera saying 1983.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's that scene.
Yeah.
He's traveled back in time somehow.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, like when you first initially think about it, he jumps into the time travel, vortex or whatever they call it. And he kind of gets lost. And when he does find his way, he comes out in 1983.
Okay. So
then he goes up and knocks at the door because that's the only thing he really knows.
So maybe the whole universe, because you're saying that he took away half the world's population, maybe that's what the world's population was in 1983. Set it back to that time.
I mean, there's totally different possibilities coming out of this thing. I mean, he could have jumped into a different universe. He could be.
Yeah.
It could be this. he jumps back in 1983 and he's in a totally different universe. The way that they cut that scene,
Yeah.
we don't know the complete background of the whole scene.
No.
So we don't know
if they're really talking about him or a different character.
Exactly. Or they could be, there was another person that said, and I actually kind of think this is actually kind of legit, this might happen, is he went through, figures out how to time travel the correct way, comes back, finds out what happens, jumps back in and time travels, and goes back to a time where he can warn the Avengers of what happens.
To get ahead of it.
So I think Ant-Man is going to have a really big part in this whole movie.
I hope so.
I mean, if you think about it, he's the only one left that can time travel, and that's what they need. I mean, it comes down to they're going to have to time travel. And somebody explained like the logo coming up, and if you watch the logo a little bit, like the way that it comes together, it's kind of crackly, and it's the opposite of when he snaps his fingers and people diminish. It was kind of the opposite of what that happens.
So coming back
together, but there's a whole lot of cracks and stuff like that, and not everything is not going to be the same, even though they're bringing people back. So even if you time travel, maybe when you do change something, it changes something else.
Oh yeah.
Now everything's getting a little messed up. Not maybe some people don't have the same powers, whatever. Who knows? We got to see Nighthawk, but in a different form. He's definitely not the same Nighthawk. He's very dark. There's some speculation that he's Hawkeye. What did I say?
Nighthawk,
yeah, whatever.
No, I'm just in case anybody starts freaking out on.
No, yeah. I completely understand that. Kind of coming back in like a dark kind of way.
Yeah.
A lot of I've heard a couple people speculate that he's going to the dark side, and
Darth Vader's gonna pop up.
No, you know what I mean. He's gonna go to he's not gonna be on the Avengers side anymore.
Well, only reason why he's probably back and while he's upset is because Thanos probably murdered his wife or child.
Well, that's what they were saying, that he comes back from wherever he was, because we really don't know where he was.
No, because he was I think he was he is wanted, right?
I think he's
technically
wanted.
Technically.
Yeah,
they don't care about him because he just kind of. Oh no, they said that he just stepped away.
Yeah,
he said he would step away.
From what I heard from the comic books, like I said, I don't know much about comics, so I'm just talking on my ass right now.
Yep.
Is he went away to train, and he becomes a different character.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's.
He might be the Nighthawk.
Maybe. I don't know. But the trailer I thought was good enough to get me excited.
I don't want too much. Don't give me too much.
I don't think they gave you too much.
No. I'm
they
fine.
gave you a lot to speculate.
Give me this and call it a day.
Well, that's not going to happen.
I understand
that. Damn well that's not.
I understand that, but when they give you too much, I go to the movie and go, well, I've already seen some of the not bullet points, but I've seen some of the most interesting shit already in the trailer. I don't want that. Give me stuff where I go to the movie and I don't know exactly what I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I think this trailer was really good. I think it left a lot of speculation out there, a lot of chatter, a lot of talk about what's gonna happen. We just did 15-20 minutes on it, so obviously there's a lot to talk about. And I'm sure if we could have pulled somebody in here that is a big comic book nerd, we could probably do an hour on it, just talking about the one trailer. But for me, I don't know much about it. I can only speculate what I think.
Is this the movie they finally bring Cable, Deadpool in, and then Cable can time travel? No. You're debunking that.
I'm debunking it, and it's not going to happen. You're not going to see Deadpool in one of these movies.
Oh, come on.
No. And he doesn't fit. He doesn't fit into the
Marvel Universe?
He doesn't fit in their characters. I don't think he's a good fit. You have the Guardians of the Galaxy that you already got these super funny characters.
Yeah, slapstick.
Slapstick comedy. You don't need, and that was another thing that somebody else brought up too. That you're gonna get. This is gonna be a really dark movie.
Oh yeah.
But you're gonna have Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be the comic relief.
Exactly.
And he's gonna kind of take over that spot where you got a lot of the, because he didn't have. I mean, he granted he lost. You know, the two people that disappeared at the end. I'm horrible with names, so I'm just gonna the two older people that helped him.
The original Ant-Man and
Yeah,
the original Wasp.
Yeah. So he did lose them.
Yeah.
But as long as he didn't lose his family members and stuff, he really doesn't. He doesn't have any like.
Well, he was dating the girl, right?
Well, the Wasp.
Yeah.
But as far as like the Avengers go, he doesn't have much. Like, if one of them disappears or one of them is gone, he doesn't have much relationships with the Avengers.
But he helped them out.
He did help them out, but it's not going to be like where the Guardians of the Galaxy where they lost like a family member.
Yeah, it's a little different. Well, here's the thing. That's the other issue with the movie is, are you going to be able to turn back enough time, or if you write whatever and all these people come back, because there's already Black Panther 2. Like, there's going to be another Black Panther movie. And he has vanished into the ether.
Yeah, but does it take, that takes place before this all, right?
No, it's supposed to be after it, I think.
I thought like the first Black Panther took place like a long time ago.
No. The first one's like is when he takes power in this country.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the timelines. I'm horrible with that shit. So I always just assumed Black Panther was before all this Infinity War stuff. I know he showed up in Infinity Wars, but I thought it happened like before all this stuff.
No, it happens after Civil War.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't know any of that stuff. So I gave up trying to figure it all out. I just go to the movies and enjoy them. So let's get into the movies that we watched.
Yeah.
Just real quick. I don't really have much to say about it. Front Runner. I thought it was a good movie.
Mm.
If you don't know much about what Front Runner is about, it's about Gary Hart. He was the former senator of Colorado. In 1987, he was running for president. He was the top guy. Like, he was the one that was supposed to take over. And there was a scandal going on where he got caught. It's debatable, I guess, on how you look at it, but he got caught cheating on his wife. Which, if we had more time, we could talk about it a little bit, but we don't have much time left. So they had an open relationship. And her only stipulation was don't embarrass me. Don't make it public.
Yeah. And somebody took a photo.
Miami Herald. This was the beginning of when the newspapers became more of a tabloid.
Yeah, more of like a paparazzi
kind of things, hiding in bushes and really getting into the faces and stuff. Before that, newspapers were really strictly about getting in the news and more decent kind of ways. And that's basically what the movie was about how journalism at that point was, how that was like the time that it changed to where it is now.
The turning point.
Yeah. And you kind of feel, it's hard to feel bad for somebody that is kind of cheating on their wife, but in the long run, he probably would have been a great president. And
he would have been the president before Clinton, right? Like, he would have been.
It would have been 87.
So he would have taken Bush's spot.
He would have took Ronald Reagan.
Oh, maybe.
I think it was Reagan was in the 80s.
Yeah.
So he would have took over for Reagan after his second term.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the front runner. He was the one. He was the man. He had the charisma. He had the looks. He knew what to say at all times. He kept his personal life like really hidden.
Mm-hmm.
And he was well liked by the public. And it just, Miami Herald kind of fucked him. And, at the end of the movie, he just decided, his family was more important than all the bullshit. So
He was the president. Reagan was the president from 81 to 89.
yeah, so he was running. Yeah, he started his running for president in 87.
So well, they usually do that midterm.
Well, yeah, I mean,
so he would. So
this
he
was
would
before. This was before they even went on the campaign trail and stuff.
No. That's what I'm saying. So he would have taken over. He would have taken the first Bush that just passed away, his spot. Kind of like full circle about he just passed. Think about it. Bush was after Reagan.
What years did Reagan run? Was in
81 to 89. And they always start halfway through the last term.
Yeah, so he would have took over for Reagan.
Yeah, he was taking over after Reagan, but he wouldn't have beat Reagan. It was what I'm saying.
No, Reagan was done.
Yes.
So he would have been president instead of Bush.
Yes, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. I thought you were saying that he would have took over for Bush.
No.
You did say that, but you were saying that he would have took the spot instead of Bush.
Yeah, we would have never had Bush Senior.
I mean, it probably would have been a close race,
yes.
But the early predictions were like he was going to be the next president.
Wow.
So it was a good movie. I mean, Hugh Jackman did a really good job in it as Gary Hart. I didn't know a lot about the situation. I knew what had happened. I was only 5 when it happened, so I wasn't into politics and everything.
Yeah.
But through school and stuff, I learned about it and doing my own research.
I didn't know that.
It's a really interesting movie, and my boy Bill Burr is in it.
Is he?
And he says on his podcast that if you blink, you'll miss him.
Oh, really?
He's in a lot of the movie.
Oh, is he?
He has a really good part.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was really cool seeing him in a movie and actually having a sort of an important part in the movie. So it was fun, and it was cool seeing. Do you watch the Tim Allen show, the new one?
No.
Oh, you don't watch it? They had two of the daughters were both in this movie.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, so
that's cool.
That was pretty cool too. But I recommend it, man. It's not doing great on Rotten Tomatoes. For the critics, it's sitting at 61%. I liked it. My buddy that went with me to see it liked it.
Did you vote on there?
On Rotten Tomatoes?
Yes.
No, no. I'm trying to get verified, but I don't think I'm gonna ever become close to getting verified. But
well, you watch enough movies, they'll probably.
Yeah, I don't do the whole I don't think the audience voting
is real.
No, it is, but I more side with most of the time I side with the critics on most of the stuff. Like superhero movies and stuff, I don't, because they bash them.
Yeah.
But on regular independent movies and stuff like that, I usually tend to side with them. But yeah, I liked it. I definitely recommend seeing it when it comes out on DVD or Netflix or Hulu or whatever. It was a fun watch.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Now you've sold it on me.
Yeah, I hope I did, because I thought it was good. I thought it was cool seeing Hugh Jackman as a different role too.
As a politician.
Yeah, he did a good job. I'm wouldn't be surprised if he got maybe in a nomination.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I thought he did a really good job.
So, is that all you've seen?
Yeah, that's the only movie I saw this week.
So this week I did more of a Netflix kind of binge watching. So I did the movie Dumpling.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Jennifer Aniston in it.
Yep.
As the mom. She's a former beauty pageant queen, but she still runs the beauty pageant.
Yep.
And her daughter is a full-figured girl.
Mm-hmm.
And just seeing their interactions and how she was raised more by her aunt that was a full-figured woman, and when she passes and they're going through her clothing and stuff, they find this paper that she wanted to sign up for the beauty pageant when she was a kid, and she didn't.
Yep.
And it was probably the only thing that she just she kept herself from doing. And then, throughout the movie, you just find out more and more stuff about the aunt, but you also find out how kids are, as when you're a kid, you don't know anything.
Yep.
And it's really good. I looking at it and seeing who's in it and what it's about and whatever, a lot of guys are going to be like, no, I'm not watching that. Dude, if you watch it, you'll get it. It's funny. It's got some great sense of humor, and I just like it. I like it. It has a little bit of that, you ever seen the movie Whip It?
No.
It's about roller derby in Texas.
Yeah, I know what it's about. I didn't see it.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
You should check it out. But this movie's really good, and like the fact that like, see, there you go, pop that can. My grandfather was a huge fan of Dolly Parton, probably for more than one reason.
Yeah.
Probably for two big ones, but he was
Yes.
he was a huge fan of her, pun intended. But it's a really good movie, and the girl, she's super into Dolly Parton. That's why I mentioned it, and it's just such a good movie. If you just watch it, give it a fucking try. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it, Chad. I know you've been doing a bunch of stuff this weekend, so you didn't really get a chance to really, hone in on Netflix this weekend.
Yep.
And then obviously I watched the Christmas Chronicles that you said I should check out. The only gripe I will say about that movie is not the movie, it's Netflix asking me if I want to rewatch a fucking scene. Just let me watch the movie. I'll rewatch the whole movie again.
I've never seen that before.
You didn't see it?
I've never seen like rewatch a scene.
Yeah, you didn't see that pop up?
No.
It popped up when I was watching it last night. Rewatch this song. Do you want to rewatch the song?
No, it didn't say that.
Oh yeah, it popped up on mine last night. I was like, what the hell does this keep saying? Because you can rewatch the scene.
Like the concert scene?
The concert, or when they're playing in the jail cell?
Yeah, the blues, yep.
Yeah. That you can rewatch it. I'm like, no. I'm gonna keep watching the movie.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Huh. Must be a new feature.
But
or maybe it's a feature that you have on settings or something. I don't know.
It might just be that this movie.
I've seen the movie 3 times.
And it hasn't popped up?
No. Not
once. What are you watching it on?
Netflix?
No, I'm saying, are you watching it on like a
TV?
A Fire Stick? Or are you using
just a TV?
Smart TV?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm doing it through my PlayStation, and that's what it does.
Maybe it's your PlayStation then. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I
liked it. I don't think what's his name is as big of a hunk as you made him out to be.
Oh, he's a hunk.
But
he's a Santa hunk.
But I like the end.
Yeah.
I like the end with Goldie Hawn. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That little treat. You didn't tell me that. That was cool.
Well, it's kind of a spoiler, but it's the cat's out of the bag.
By now, if you haven't watched it, it's your fault.
Yeah. All right. So moving right into the plug section, you can find us on Instagram, find us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook, and now you can find us on YouTube because we're going to start posting the videos on YouTube. You can find me. I'm going to be doing a live show January 5th at 7 o'clock at 30 Mob Brewing Company. 3 great guests for that one. And then watch for the new podcast from Andrew Morgan. It's called Nomcast, Nomcast. It is all about Netflix movies. And every episode, he's going to have a different guest on, and they're going to talk about a different Netflix movie. I am going to go on, and I'm going to talk about the Christmas Chronicles with him.
Nice.
So I think that's going to be next week's episode. I will post that up on Facebook and Twitter. So go ahead and follow that. And also follow me on Instagram at Wish You Were Beer 18. That is an Instagram page that I made where we review different beers and just go out and take pictures of us at breweries and drinking beers and stuff. So definitely check that out. Aaron, where can we find you?
I am on Facebook, Aaron Holiday. You'll see my ugly mug getting kissed by my lovely grandmother. I'm on Instagram, Holiday with 2 L's, 71. And I'm on Twitter, Holiday with 2 L's, BS 71. And that's about it.
All right, you guys. Love you guys. Bye.
Deuces.
Check. Done. Facebook.
What about
Yeah, I'm gonna end them both.